Hello, I'm Cleopatra Wallace, and this video is all about Dee Warner. She's a 52-year-old lady that was formerly living in Lenawee County in Michigan. Now, in 2021, she went missing on exactly April 25th of 2021. Now, her husband Dale is already in jail. He was arrested, I guess, this past November or so, and there's like a court case going on. But a few weeks ago, they were digging around on one of their properties, and they actually found Dee in a tank, a fertilizer tank. So we already know the who, and the where, and the when. So this video will be all about finding out the why. So I'm going to do the disclaimer. I'm going to get us a video, or try to get us a video. A lot of times this part of the video will be cut out, but just in case it's not. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act in 1976, allowance is made for the fair use for the purpose such as criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and or research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Alright. So now that's out of the way, let's find some clips. I was just thinking, like, is this chair making noise? Because sometimes there are like creaks or like squeaky noises in my videos, and I be trying to track it down to exactly what's making a squeak. So just bear with me, okay? If there are noises, I will remedy them as they come. Alright, let's to the news clip. Alright, so here we are. This is their newspaper. Now, what is this? I thought this was already on the article, but you know what? I can find it. Okay. Oh, here we are. Alright, so here we are. And what I am looking for is the physical address of the house that they lived in together. I have that it's in Tipton, and it's in Lenawee County, and it's in Franklin's Township. Where does it go every time I'm Alright, there it is again. Alright, stay right here. Dee Warner, 56, of Tipton, has been charged with open murder and tampering with evidence. Arrested in November. Is being held in Lenawee County Jail, $15 million. Okay, they say Dale murdered Dee during an argument overnight on April the 24th, leading into the 25th. See, I didn't know it was overnight. Let me put the 24th up here. Okay. Alright, April 24th, and then he hit her body and was last seen by anyone on April the 24th. Her adult children reported her missing on the 25th, when she was not at their home on Munger Road. This is what I was looking for. Alright, Munger Road. Alright, so this is the window. It begins on April the 24th. It goes through to April the 25th of 2021. We're in Lenawee County in the Franklin Township. We're on Munger Road, and the zip code is going to be 49287. All right. How old is Dale? 56. Dee was 52. 56. All right. Let's find a video.
Wound that we keep having to reopen.
It could be a major turning point in the case of a Lenawee County woman missing for more than 3 years. Human remains found on a property owned by her husband.
I didn't think there was a body inside that barn.
Neighbors shocked by this discovery. Their reaction tonight as family and friends of Dee Warner hope this is a step toward closure and revisiting the monumental events in the investigation from the day she was reported missing to her husband's arrest to now, this.
13 Action News starts now with breaking news.
It was a big deal. It's a very big step.
It was a very overwhelming feeling of relief along with grief.
I'm just intent on my sister getting justice.
And tonight, potentially one step closer to justice. A seismic development in the long search for answers in the disappearance of a Lenawee County mother. Investigators confirming today they found human remains on property owned by her and her husband. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Josh Krupp. Dale Warner waits to stand trial, accused of murdering his wife, Dee, more than 3 years ago. But nobody has seen her since April 2021, and nobody has found her body since then. But that part of the story might have changed. Michigan State Police announcing this morning they executed a search warrant on this property owned by Dale and Dee Warner. That's where they discovered those human remains. Police are working to recover and identify what they found, but Dee's family believes it is her. Our coverage begins tonight with 13 Action News reporter Lily Lowndes. She spent the day speaking with Dee's friends, Dee's family members. Lily's live with the new details she's learning in reaction to this new development. Lily?
Josh, Dee's loved ones told me they were first in disbelief. A family spokesperson told me they expected police to find her phone, maybe her clothing, but were losing hope that police would find her body. Now, hope is alive as human remains were found on Dale Warner's property, and they're set to be identified this week. A small community in Michigan is in shock over what Dee Warner's family says could be a major break in the case of her disappearance. Nearly 3.5 years after the Lenawee County mother and businesswoman went missing, Michigan State Police announced they found human remains on a property belonging to Dale Warner, Dee's husband. Officials are working to identify the body, but Dee's family believes it's her.
When we get the final identification that it's her, which we will, it seems to have some conclusion to it for us. That'll help.
Dee's brother, Greg Hardy, said police found the body sealed in an anhydrous tank, something farmers use to hold fertilizer.
The Michigan State Police had shared some information with me, evidence, and it made me think about this tank because I had noticed the tank before, early on, right after my sister went missing.
He said it was a collaborative effort between him and the authorities to find the remains, which police gathered after executing a search warrant on Friday. Dee's family saying police searched this Tipton barn. Ginny Guire's family lives right next door, and she said she saw Dale moving the anhydrous tanks around frequently.
He was moving them in and out of the barns around the back. He was putting some in the burn pit here that he had. He did that a lot.
Guire said she believes the remains belong to Dee.
A couple weeks after she went missing, we seen probably 50 to 100 buzzards flying around
Oh my
above
goodness.
the house and this property. So my mom at that point was like, she's somewhere around here.
We reached out to Dale Warner's lawyer, who said she's waiting for confirmation that the remains are Dee, but this appears to be another tragic turn of events for all those who loved and cared for her. Close family friend and spokesperson for Dee's family, Catherine Adams, said she's grieving Dee, but also relieved that remains were found.
And I hope that this does bring closure to everyone.
While there is some closure, Adams said there's still a long journey ahead.
I will say that justice for Dee, we're not done. We will continue until, justice is totally served.
Family members told me they expect the Jackson County coroner to begin the autopsy of their remains on Tuesday. That's also the day the family plans on holding a press conference about the findings. Josh.
All right, Lily Lowndes reporting tonight. Lily, thanks. Tonight at 11, we're hearing about all of these new revelations, but we're also looking backwards at what's happened over the course of the last 3+ years in the search for Dee's body, as her family has relentlessly pursued answers about what happened to her.
All right.
It's been 1,212 days since Dee Warner was last seen on April 24th, 2021. Her family reporting her missing the next morning.
The longer this goes on, the more concerned we become.
Hopefully she's alive.
The search for Dee spanning more than 3 years. Authorities looking for anything that might shed light on her disappearance.
She didn't evaporate out of her house.
Investigators searching the Warner properties multiple times over the years without finding her body. A Michigan court legally declaring her dead in March of this year. Her friends and family unwavering in their push for answers, while also raising suspicions of her husband Dale, describing a rocky relationship with financial problems, as Dee was planning to ask for a divorce.
The very last thing she ever said to me, ever, was that she was tired and that it was time to talk to a lawyer.
Last year, Dale was charged with her murder.
Do you feel that this is justice for Dee?
That's the first step.
But still, there was no body, no murder weapon. Dale pleaded not guilty.
There's probable cause that Dee Warner died by homicide at the hands of the defendant, Dale Warner.
A judge ultimately ruling he can stand trial for murder.
This prosecution is being driven by emotion and speculation more than facts and logic.
But Sunday, authorities revealing that breakthrough in the case, the discovery of human remains on one of Dale's properties. The family convinced it's Dee as they wait for a positive identification. As it stands now, the next steps, a criminal trial.
I think emotionally a trial is going to be exhausting, but we'll get through.
And you can monitor the latest developments in this ever-evolving story for yourself and get caught up to speed on all of our previous coverage. Plus, watch a special live report we had tonight with more reaction from friends and family. It's all available in the free 13 Action News app. To weather now.
All right, we're back. And we are ready to go to Michigan. Got all the cards in the order. This bracelet's gotta go. Alright, and that little noise is like the noise from my chair. I'm trying not to move around too much so it don't make too many creaking sounds. Alright, now back to what I was saying. We are ready to go over to Michigan and look for, well, we already know where she's at, so we're not going to say look for. But we're going to go snoop around a little bit just to see. I want to see what kicked this whole thing off. Don't y'all? I want to see what started it. Like, what was the thing? So, alright. Spirit guides, holy angels, and ancestors, gather around. Because this afternoon, and it is September the 4th at 4:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, on this day, we're going to go over to Michigan, and I want to be there on August the 24th, going into August the 25th of 2021. No, April. Yeah, April the 24th. April the 24th, 2021 through into April the 25th, 2021. The zip code is 49287. Alright, now inside zip code 49287, you will find a married couple that live on Munger Road. And this is inside of Lenawee County, Franklin Township, Michigan. We are between the hours of April the 24th, 5 a.m. We have one card. And April the 25th, 5 a.m. So it's a 24-hour window. It starts at 5 a.m. and it ends at 5 a.m. The start date is April the 24th, 2021. We're with Dale and Dee on Munger Road. Now on Munger Road, they have like a business for like farms. Oh, we got two. They have like a business that like they have some like a lot of farm equipment or stuff like that, because she was later found to be inside some of the equipment. So as we are on Munger Road today on April the 24th, 2021, going into April the 25th, 2021, zip code 49287. Alright, alright, we have all four cards. And this was the Beauty of Horror deck that we started with. I took up space with, for some reason I have a candle that is lit and a candle that isn't lit, and I want them both over here. I don't know why. The unlit. Okay. Now, again, we are in Lenawee County. It's April the 24th, 5 a.m. going through to April the 25th, 5 a.m. Zip code 49287. All right. And as you know, we're trying to figure out like what was it. That's what I want to know, because I don't have any questions down here, because, you know, all the questions have really been answered. They done found her. That light's making a picture of me look weird, but anyway. Yeah. So we know where she was and who put her there. I am wanting to know what kicked it off. Like, what was that thing that made him be like, you know what?
What did he do to make them niggas that mad?
I'm going to take drastic measures. That's what we're going to call it. So that's what we're looking for here today, people. Not the who, not the where, just the why.
Get to myself. Man! What did he do to make them niggas that mad?
Alright, so the first card out is the Page of Swords. He's a handsome fella, isn't he? Let's see what's on here. Someone's feet got wet. I mean, it's annoying when somebody like leaves the shower curtain open and the rug gets wet, but I don't think that's a reason to unalive a person because your feet got wet. See this card? Out of the whole card, this is the only thing that's important on this card right now, is that his feet are wet somehow. Alright, so let's ask. That's what all the other cards are here for. And this does look like Dell's energy. I'm going to have to get a picture of them so we can do a side by side, because sometimes they be looking remarkably like the people. But this card does have his energy on it. And he is 56 at this time. Alright, enough talking. Alright, Spirit, as you know, we are on Munger Road, somewhere between the hours of 5 a.m. on April the 24th and 5 a.m. on April the 25th. 2021. We're in Lenawee County, Franklin Township. We're out on Munger Road with Dee and Daryl. That came out quick. Oh yeah, this motherfucker was planning some shit. So this came out. This is crazy. Like, look at like what he's doing here. Like, this stuff is like they're preparing to go down into here in these bunker places. But look at the top of the thing. Doesn't that look like one of those tank tops? And she's right here and he's right there. So I'm saying, like, to me it looks like Spirit is saying that he had prepared this place ahead of time. This is not spur of the moment action. How creepy is that top? Even though I guess it's like a hatch. But to me it looks a lot like one of those tanks right now. Alright, so I was trying to ask, these cards flipped. I was trying to ask what this has to do with somebody's feet getting wet. Maybe they're meaning he already had his feet wet and planning this. You know what? Since we have him here and we have him preparing the trap, let's just ask some questions about that since we have it right here. And should we switch decks? Let's switch. Alright, so we're going to switch decks. And now we're going to use the Beauty of Horror deck. Alright, Spirit. So you have us on Munger Road. We're in the zip code of 49287. Somewhere between the hours April the 21st at 5 a.m. and April the 25th at 5 a.m. It's a 24-hour window. Tell me more about the plans that Dale had for Dee at this time. Tell me more about his prepared space. The planning that he has been doing. Alright. So we asking about Dale's special place. We get 3 cards. Alright. The first card is the High Priestess. And as you can see, she's a complete skeleton. And the High Priestess is also, you know, she's very secretive, you know. But he accomplished what was on this card. Like, he was able to hide her away until she was skeletal. But this is like all in his planning to do this. Because her energy isn't here yet. It's just him. Alright, well, so the next card he has comes from, you know, it's the Aliman's Tarot deck, so each one is different. But this card is called Bonefire. And what it represents is, like, if you, like, I guess, burn somebody, or, you know, try to, there's always going to be like one little piece. Well, not always, but a lot of times there is, like, you know, one piece that just did not burn. And this is a jawbone piece. But it really talks about what remains after the big fire. Like, there will be remnants of bone and teeth or whatever it is. So far, he did what he said he was going to do. He definitely turned her into a skeleton. That's not up for debate. Alright. Another skeleton lady, y'all. He really did not want her around. Like I said, this is all his energy. All 3 times. The energy is he's 2 skeletons. Lady skeletons at that. Like, these are women skeletons. And then the one little bone piece and teeth that just wouldn't burn. And this is all his energy about this prepared place. I definitely wouldn't want to be on Dell's bad side, okay? Because what did she do other than live? Because a lot of times, that's all women have to do is be alive, and you're the bad guy just because you woke up today. Alright, second card. Ooh, this time we see the sun, which is normally the happiest card in the whole deck. Yeah. Happy little sunshine right there. Let's see. Oh. Now this is sad. Spirit, why would you show me this? This is really sad. Alright, y'all. I gotta talk about it, huh? Okay. So you see, like like I said, this is the happiest card in the whole deck. It normally is. And you see, like the flowers and the daisies and sunflowers that represent sun, and then it's a little girl on the on this little horse thing or whatever it is. It's saying like these is what these last moments were of. Like, I guess at the end she thought about like the I'm not gonna say not happy stuff, but she thought about the people that she loved maybe. And yeah, it was, I don't want to say it was like a selfless thought, but that was like the thing that, you know, I was I guess was most dear somehow. This is a happy memory. It's a little child. So since we have her final thought, as it would be, let's see if we can. No, let me use these ones. Let's ask what happened. Alright, Spirit, we are in zip code 49287. Out on Munger Road in Tipton, which is in Lenawee County in Franklin Township. We're on the dates between April the 24th at 5 a.m. and April the 25th at 5 a.m. It's a solid 24 hours. We're in the zip code 49287. We're out on Munger Road. We're with Dell and Dee. They have been married for quite a few years now, and they're on a bit of a farm. So we're with Dee, and she's thinking of children or young people. Alright. The Six of Cups. And the lady, she's looking at like pictures. This has her energy. Even though on this picture she's looking at belongings, but you have to consider like she lives there. So far, as it is, it hasn't happened yet. Because this could be somebody sitting on their couch or sitting at the kitchen table just having like a casual moment. Like there's nothing scary in this picture. There's nothing that can harm her in this picture. But she's also in there by herself. Alright, so she's at home chilling. Should we switch decks? Spirit, tell me more about what Dee Warner was doing on April the 24th. 24th going into the 25th, or between the hours of 5 a.m. and 5 a.m. Dell and Dee are at home in their Munger Road home. You're showing me Dee kind of just looking at some of her belongings or her phone. Tell me more about what was happening in this moment when she was alone with Dell. What else happened while they was alone? What kicked it off? Not in here? No. Alright. It's not in there. I want to use the teddy bear tarot. And then the spider deck. I know, Spirit. Super thirsty. So far, I have not heard any weird noises up here. But I never do, because once I get to getting them different zip code. Alright, Spirit. That was a good one. We are on Munger Road in the zip code 49287. We are between the hours of April the 24th, 5 a.m. 2021 and April the 25th, 5 a.m. 2021. We're in the zip code 49287. We're with Dell and Dee. Oh, it flipped. Alright. Alright, so we are, I think it's happening, y'all. I think it's happening. Because her energy was alone. But now, there's a man there. And his foot is on a skull. And this right here is like some kind of a blunt object or something. That looks like he strikes her with it. Or some kind of way he ends up with his foot on her head. Or by her head. She's beneath him now. And he's standing over. Look at the thing in his hand. And I didn't go look and see what was the autopsy findings. Alright. So it's happening. So let's switch decks right quick. Alright, Spirit, we are with Dell and Dee Warner. We're on Munger Road. We're between the... Oh. They flew away. We're between the hours of April the 25th and April the 24th. Okay. Why did I say the date backwards? April the 25th and April the 24th. But this came out, and we're talking about it happening. So we have some sort of a protective place. It has a lock and a key on it. Well, you know what? The protected place is this place that he already had prepared. Yeah. That happened fast. It went straight from her being on the ground with him over her to where now there's a protected place. Never did say what kicked it off. Alright, well, we still have 2 cards here, so. Alright, the third card is the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is because it happened fast, y'all. Like, she went over there from April the 24th to April the 25th. By April the 25th, her kids had already reported her missing. So this police here is like actually just what it is. Like a police came to look and be like, well, where's Dee? So now we got the police there. Damn, that happened fast. It skipped so quick to him having to prepare a place. She's thinking about a child or children, happy stuff, looking at one of her belongings. Bam, she's on the floor and then been hit with something. And now she's in a protected place and the police is there. Alright. Never did yet say what she did other than exist that warranted this behavior. Alright. Alright, thank you, Spirit. We're on Munja Road, and it's clearly April the 25th, 2021. Zipcode 49287. We're in Lenawee County, Franklin Township. Alright. Wait, I didn't even ask the question yet, but we're gonna see what this is that came out. It's the Eight of Pentacles. And I'm glad it blurred it out for me, because this is a woman that is her eyes aren't open, so you can't see whether or not she's alive or dead, but she's definitely unconscious at this point, and the police is there. No, she's deceased at this point, and the police are there, but they don't know that. Spirit, tell me more about what all went on Munja Road on April the 25th, 2021, after 5 a.m. Tell me more about when the police was there. Where was I was about to ask where was Dee's body, but we already know it was in the prepared place. He had it prepared ahead of time. Alright, so this the Ten of Swords. Oh, it's two. That looks a lot like that same lady. Like in this one is the lady spread it out, and that one is the lady spread it out. However, in this one, it is showing like some wounded areas. Like there's a wound to the head. Something going on here by the chest, a wound to the hand, something on the knee. These could be defensive wounds. Alright, and this is the last card on what was going on while the police was there. A map. Because, you know, that's the kind of stuff that men say. Not all men, but they were like, she left with her other boyfriend. The map. It was a misdirection, like she's not here, she's there, look over there. So the police were misled, as they are so easily done sometimes. Alright, the final card. The Tower. The moment it all falls apart. A narrow window. That's what Spirit is saying. There was a it was a narrow window. See these narrow windows? But for Dee, the narrow window was after she seen that he was aggravated, or after she seen that he was really worked up and could have hurt her. There was a moment when he wasn't watching her, or when the door was open. There was a split moment where she could have ran but the moment was so, it was just a split second. But I guess there would have been an opportunity for her to escape, but it was a narrow window. Narrow windows can be like, it's like when you're trying to catch the bus and they see you running, they might stop. Depending on how close you are to the bus stop, you got to be just right and for them to stop and be like, all right, we're going to let you get on. You can't be running all the way from way back. It's like a split second of opportunity. And being that they were married, I'm believing there probably was a time to where she thought she could talk him down, off the cliff. Or like, talk him down from being hostile. Since we have it here, let's just ask a few more questions about the window. The narrow window. Alright, Spirit, we're on Munja Road. Zip code 49287. We are between the date of April the 24th, 2021 and April the 25th, 2021, 5 a.m. to 5 a.m. Zip code 49287. We're with Dell and Dee. The hostility between them has reached a boiling point. And there was a moment, a narrow window. Alright, so the narrow window. The whole world. Because that's what your life is, your whole world. No. Never did say why. So we're gonna ask in the video where we are at 29 minutes. Spirit, can you tell me what was in Dell's energy right before he began to attack Dee on Munja Road? What was in Dell's energy? What was in Dell's energy on April the 24th? Alright. On a freaking power trip. The Emperor. And this Emperor is like mesmerized with his own power, like the power that's in his hand. The power of life and death. The life force. Like to use your energy on a power trip to end someone else's whole world. This is what you call living completely in the ego. The ego knows no bounds. The vanity, the worrying about what somebody's gonna say, this, that, and the third. He went on a power trip and killed her. That's what happened. And he was already thinking about it. He had prepared a place. When the cops got there, he misdirected them to someplace else. Like, go look over there. But this here is the moment when it changed. Like, she was looking at some of her belongings or just, being casual, and then the next minute on the ground. And what is this thing in his hand? Alright, well, now we know what happened there. I'm Cleopatra Wallace, and if you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because who knows what's going to happen next.
Get to myself. Man! What did he do to make them niggas that mad?